the best clip. Are you frustrated with Netanyahu? No, goes on to 4 minutes of criticizing Netanyahu.
Without.
Are you frustrated with Netanyahu, sir?
No, we had a great relationship. We're talking about some end details. I didn't like that he did an attack based on there's a very minor little thing with some drones that were released, and he ends up doing I saw that attack. I saw where that bomb went. Did you see what happened? That was too much.
Wow, Israel's vicious and too much.
You know, you can do too much also, but we've had a very effective relationship. Without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no.
Dude, I think it's finally happening, guys. I think the betrayal and the turn and the rift, it's been brewing.
Israel, because no other president was willing to do what I did.
Whether or not how much of it is real or how big of a deal it actually is, that's going to be the narrative. The narrative is ultimately all that really matters. The headlines, people's public opinion, the narrative of what everybody thinks. Jews are mad about this Iran deal. They're going to be real mad if there's any talk of a two-state solution with Ramallah and the West Bank. That'll be enough that to bring the wrath upon Edom for the Trump's allowal of the rise of white nationalism and Christian nationalism and anti-Semitism.
I've had a great relationship with Bibi, but now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon.
Wow, be more responsible.
Lebanon used to be a great country. It was a country where you had professors, doctors, lawyers. The great intellect was in Lebanon. Now it's terrible. I would say of all countries, they've been treated the worst. And they can't defend themselves. And they have Hezbollah.
Treated the worst by Israel?
Which is a problem for them. So, now I'm not happy with the way Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah.
Not happy the way they handled themselves. Wow.
They should have been able to do the job faster. It just goes on forever. And when that happens, it...
Oh, so the problem is that they didn't handle it fast enough?
Throws a negative light on the big deal, and that's the deal with Iran. So when you ask me about Bibi, an unbelievable relationship. But Israel would have been blown up a long time ago had I not gotten involved. Two things I did. I terminated the...
Trump is swinging his dick around on Bibi right now. That's what we're witnessing. Pardon the French, but that's what he's doing. Imagine, Trump's got to be tired. Trump has got to be tired of all of the internet thinking he works for Israel and he's blackmailed by Bibi and all of these things, and he's a Shabbos goy and he's pushing in the chair. Trump's got the biggest ego in the world. You think he doesn't want to try to mog on Bibi a little bit? Bibi might even let him. Remember Netanyahu said the other day, he's like, in Israel they say that I work for Trump, and in America they say Trump works for Bibi. You know, they know this is the public opinion. People that say Bibi forced Trump to bomb in Iran, I don't buy that. I think Trump has been convinced by all his Zionist friends for decades, since the 70s and 80s, about bombing Iran. They didn't force him to do it. He's an accomplice. He's cooperating.
The Iran nuclear deal, Barack Hussein Obama sold out Israel for Iran. He went to Iran. He sold them out. How anybody can vote for this guy or the party, the Democrats I call them, because they're dumb. They're dumb
Democrats.
People. That's number one. How anybody can vote for them. And the second was the B-2 bombers, just totally just so.
Chat says, don't forget Esau is a Chad. It's part of the shtick. Yeah, dude, he's emperor, mad king.
They have
it's a peace mode.
They're the JCPOA. I watch these politicians. I watch the senator.
I mean, there's been leaks and they've had hot contested phone calls before. But they always at the end of the day, they go, oh, they're great friends, great allies. They have some disagreements. Bibi fights hard for, they're doing what they got to do. That type of talk.
That nobody ever heard of the other day. Well, this deal is the same as the deal with Barack Obama. No. This deal is a wall to a nuclear weapon. His deal was a road to a nuclear weapon. My deal, they can't have a nuclear. They get blown up. If they have a nuclear weapon, they get blown up. In his deal, they were allowed to have a nuclear weapon.
Hasn't that always been the deal? Is that true in the Obama-Iran deal? They were allowed to build nuclear weapons? I find that I'm skeptical. Do we need to ask Eve?
And in all fairness to Bibi, I remember very well, Bibi came to Washington and begged Obama not to make that deal. And Obama was on the side of Iran, not Israel. And he made the deal. That deal was a disaster. I terminated that deal. And if I didn't terminate, and it was very tough after the termination, and if I didn't do that, Howard knows better than anybody. If I didn't terminate that deal, I believe that Israel wouldn't be here right now. And the second one was what we did with respect to the nuclear dust, as I call it, right? We blew it up. The mountain collapsed on top. You can't get to it. And they were 2 weeks away from having a nuclear weapon. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it on Israel.
They were 2 weeks away in the Obama deal, but then they were still 2 weeks away in 2026, a decade later.
I hate to say it, and probably the rest of the Middle East, because they had all those missiles aimed at the Emir,
Dude,
at
Trump's
Saudi
on the
Arabia,
soapbox.
at UAE, at Kuwait, at Bahrain. I mean, the biggest surprise in this whole thing, I didn't think you guys would, I thought he would aim at Israel. But he didn't aim at Israel, much less. He aimed at your countries. And actually that was a mistake for them, because it brought us, these countries, in particular the 5 countries, it brought it, I mean, he even had Turkey once. I never understood it. Nobody's going to understand it. That's the problem. They're totally irrational people. And those people are now gone. And I think Iran has rational leadership now. But you wouldn't have, if it weren't for the United States of America, with me, because Obama was the opposite, Israel would not exist right now.
Wow, he saved Israel, guys. Without America, i.e. me, Israel would not exist. He's literally the savior and protector and defender of Israel. God saved his life from that bullet and that assassin to save Israel. That's what they've convinced this guy of. Incredible.
Israel would have been blown off the face of the earth, 100%. And every smart person in Israel knows that. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
99% of Israel wants to vote for me as their king, as their Mashiach. They call me Mashiach in Israel. Let me tell you, folks, it's like they've never seen anything like it before. Eve, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's on your mind?
Tell me, is it true Trump claimed that Obama's Iran deal allowed Iran to develop nuclear weapons? Is that true?
Yeah, Trump has absolutely said that repeatedly. He's called the Obama-Iran deal a road to a nuclear weapon, claimed it gave Iran the right to have a nuclear weapon, and said if he hadn't pulled out in 2018, Iran would have already had one years ago and probably used it on Israel. The actual deal, the JCPOA, explicitly said Iran wouldn't pursue nuclear weapons, cut their centrifuges by about 2/3, slashed their enriched uranium stockpile by 97%, and set up inspections to make it way harder and slower for them to build a bomb. The sunset clauses that critics like Trump hated meant some restrictions would have eased after 10-15 years, so opponents argued it just kicked the can down the road instead of killing the program for good. Trump's take is the standard hawkish critique. The deal was weak, temporary, and basically legitimized Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Supporters say it was working until he pulled out, after which Iran ramped up enrichment and got closer to breakout capability. It's been a partisan football for years.
Well, I called it. Trump was wrong. Called it. And it's like, okay, you make a deal and it starts to incrementally wind down after 15 or 20 years. Like, that sounds pretty standard to me. It's like, if they behave, okay, we don't got to keep, watching over you so close. We won't babysit you forever. Now here he is calling out their attacks on Hezbollah.
And I suggest, and I'll tell you what, Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long and too many people are being killed. And you don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody. Because
don't have to knock down an apartment house anytime you're looking for somebody. Wow, this is scathing. I think he really is finally Maybe he doesn't care, but he's got pressure. He thinks it looks bad. It's bad optics. He doesn't want to he doesn't want to take the blame for it.
There are a lot of people in those apartment houses, and they're not all Hezbollah, that I can tell you.
Killing civilians, killing innocent civilians. That's what he just said.
I suggested to Israel to let Syria take care of Hezbollah. Because to be honest with you, I think they do a better job of doing it.
Wow. Let Syria take care of Hezbollah. They're better than you. Whoa. Trump is off the prompter, dude.
And I'll tell you
He's
what.
gonna go Mad
Israel's
King mode, dude. This might escalate. Trump piece already failed. Here he is threatening, saying that they're watching from satellites from space. Like, everybody knows that already, though. They show the pictures from the satellites all the time, or from the the drones that fly real high.
A plan for the enriched uranium that is in the mountains.
Yeah, we do. We'll take it.
Has Iran said they would welcome the U.S. coming in? How specific?
Iran will be just fine. What's happening is that at an appropriate time, there's no rush at all. We have cameras from space on it. We know everybody that goes there, which is like nobody. The B-2 bombers hit it. The entire mountain collapsed inside it. It's a very tough excavation. Nobody else can do it but us and probably China. They have the equipment. We have the equipment. We're in no rush.
Wait a second, though. You said that you had to bomb them because they were going to go back under and dig it up. Remember, he said they're going to dig it up themselves with shovels.
But we get it, and when we get it, we'll destroy it. We're not looking to take it. We're looking to destroy it. We have plenty.
We have plenty. Sure, you're going to destroy it. Memorandum of understanding. Oh, he says Lindsay is skeptical. He'll be in big trouble. What? Lindsay's turning on him. I'm telling you, dude. All the Zionists are mad about this Iran deal.
Yeah.
Trump's gonna have the attitude like all he's done for the Jews, everything he's done for you, and then now he's trying to make some big deal, and you guys are counter signaling him and becoming an obstacle and attacking him. That's gonna piss him off. He likes loyalty. Trump likes loyalty. These Jews start calling him out after all he's done for them. Trump is gonna not like that disloyalty.
What do you say to Republicans?
The ego's go into his head too. You don't think he'll feud with anybody, but not Bibi?
Like Senator Lindsey.
Part of me wants to see a big Trump-Israel crash out and to finally like put them in their place. But then if that happens, I'll be like, oh shit, it's the prophecies. It's Edom turning on Israel. The betrayal before the downfall that they pull the rug. That's what sucks about this situation.
Skeptical of the MOU.
Lindsay is skeptical?
Yes.
I'll have to talk to Lindsay. He'll be in big trouble. Lindsay's good. Lindsay's fine.
Dude, how he made this Arab laugh when he heard that. He's like, he'll be in big trouble.
He's not skeptical. He's just fine. Look.
He's just fine. Israel's fine. Iran's fine. Everything's fine.
This agreement covers something very nicely. We're not paying for anything. We're not doing anything. The markets now are higher than they were when we started. Remember that. The stock market now is 2,500, maybe even more than that, points higher than it was when we said. It's pretty amazing. This agreement's
Jack Stone, that's the QAnon plan too, saving Israel for last.
One thing, that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever, never, ever. He says he's going to do a press conference. He's denying the $300 billion. He says he's given them nothing.
I mean, I see these people, but I'll not only release it, I'll probably have a press conference and read it to you word by word so that the press covers it accurately. Because it's a very important document, and unlike Obama, who could have destroyed the Middle East with a horrible JCPOA, it is the worst agreement. That was a road to a nuclear weapon. Mine is a wall against a nuclear weapon. I mean, I see these people say, but we already had one. That was the words. He paid a fortune for it. We pay nothing. But
BRICS is reporting. Iranian foreign minister says the war with the United States is over. I'm super skeptical of BRICS. Well, I mean, it's not that I'm skeptical. They're third worldist Russia propaganda account, but this seems to be maybe the case. I wonder if he did say that.
A deal that's a fair deal. It's a good deal. We are not investing any money in Iran, by the way. And that rumor got out there yesterday. It was ridiculous.
He's speaking so quiet. He makes fun of this other Arab dude for speaking quiet. He's like, the Arabs like to speak real quiet. It makes them sound real important. ASMR, Mafia Don type of voice.
We have the right to go in someday.
I'm also really tired. See him falling asleep? I called it at the fights. I'm like, it looks, Trump's got his hat on over there real low and he's not moving. It looks like Trump's asleep. And there's another one where he was looking like he was sleeping.
And do, if I want to do something or if somebody wants to do something, but we are not investing any money. We have no obligation to invest any money in Iran. A deal that's a fair deal. It's
No obligation. They were saying it was some Middle East fund is going to do it. Yeah, and Mexico paid for the wall, and the ballroom will be paid for by donors. Exactly. I don't believe you. Yeah, he lies. And remember, he lies. JD Vance. Oh, JD Vance hints that Iran is going to basically join the Abraham Accords or do some new Cyrus Accords thing. Totally transform relationship with Iran's in the Middle East.
Where we're going to totally transform our relationship with Iran and Iran's relationship with the broader Middle East. So either way the United States wins, either way we ensure Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon, but we really prefer that they choose the option where there's greater economic cooperation and where they behave like a normal country and are treated like one as well. We're going to totally transform.
So they just want a regime change and buy off and bully them to get along with Israel and their Muslim brothers in the Middle East. Iran will become kosher. Here's Trump talking to this Arab guy about speaking low. Dude, Trump is such a schmoozer.
that
So funny.
country, how we can make our relationship even better.
we love it. Thank you, my friend.
Trump's like, speak up,
See, when you're
dude.
that rich, you can speak that low. I was just wondering, can anybody hear that? But when you're so rich, you have such confidence that you don't have to do any strain to the voice.
Dude,
It's
Trump is like always the center of the room and making the whole room laugh. Who could deny that?
great. So, do you have any questions, please?
Dude, king of the world, king of kings once again. Look at him sitting at the end of the table. Oh, the FBI thwarted an attack by some like weird E-Crusader, I think it was. Trump's response, he's like, did you see the fight? Best fight ever.
Mr. President, were you briefed on the attack plans for the UFC event at the White House? There was the FBI awarded.
Yeah, rich people don't
I
need to
haven't
shout.
heard that. But I
Shouting's
watched-
for
the attack that I
peasants.
watched were the fighters. And he saw it too, by the way. He was sitting back home in his beautiful palace and he was watching it. And they were as good a fights as I've ever seen, right? The best. They were. But that last fight,
No joke, it literally was like so cool. It was a lot of patriotic like America propaganda, but hey, it's our 250-year anniversary, a birthday. We can do a little bit of that. Sorry, we're proud Americans. Deal with it. Deal with our monster trucks and our epicness. The fights were amazing. Sure, it's bread and circus, Edom, Emperor maxing, Colosseum maxing, Arch of Titus maxing that Trump's doing were amazing. The festivities were absolutely amazing.
was brutal. And all of the fights were good.
Two fights.
It was all good. It was a great evening. It was very different for the White House.
Yeah, are you not entertained? Yes.
I wish you could have been there. We built an incredible arena. Dana did a great job.
There is going to be another fight next year.
There was a planned
Well,
drone
I don't know.
attack on the event to drive attendees
They got away
into
with it.
waiting
There's
sniper
200
fire. Yeah. Let's find some more on that. Anybody have any links? They had snipers posted everywhere and helicopters.
50 years.
Yeah, dude, the guy at the end, Gaethje, embarrassed himself with the backflip on the neck. He looks like he almost ended his career and paralyzed himself doing that second backflip. So dumb.
Maybe in another 50, maybe in 300.
That would be hilarious. It's like the peak. That would be an Illuminati sacrifice. This dude does a backflip and breaks his neck and is paralyzed after he just wins like the most epic fight ever. Headline event of the White House 250-year celebration. pretty epic. Sure, it's ran by Ari Emanuel, the Zionist Jewish guy, and Dana White, but still epic. Sorry. Okay, here's some more on that FBI attack.
The first image I believe that we're going to show is a rifle that belonged to her son, according to authorities. The other is a screen grab, several screen grabs showing aerial images.
Dude, the dude's got an American flag on his gun, and he's going to go shoot up such a cool event like UFC on the White House. He's like, oh, it's like the most American thing ever done. The most badass, like, sporting event mixed with politics ever hatched, and this dude with an American flag on his gun is gonna go attack it? That's weird. You'd think the America Bros would love that event.
And maps of the Washington, D.C. area and discussing where snipers possibly would be related to the White House. This is all evidence that is posted on an official court docket right now, an official government document. But I will say 19-year-old Tyson Proper's mother called police after she was concerned about his purchases and communications with people online. It then led them to conversations that he allegedly had with someone named Brian Roa and Michael Thomas in Southern California. They appeared yesterday before a federal judge. We're also
they're from
told
California.
that there is a suspect in Nebraska and one in Missouri as well.
Did they say Southern?
So what we're being
California?
told here, Kaylee and everyone on the couch, is that this alleged plot consisted of a plan to have drones that were actually armed with some type of firepower go and attack buildings around the White House. And once people left, they were going to have snipers.
Oh, interesting. They mentioned drones, like the ball room needs drone protection. I thought it was going to be a drone base
Nearby, attacking some
Everybody
of the
thinks
people
it's a psyop.
leaving. This was a serious plot. The FBI, the Secret Service investigating this right now. And as you heard the deputy director of the Secret Service right there say that they believe there are more people out there. Right now, though, 5 people facing these charges. And it's incredible to go through these documents and see what happened.
These guys
but it
are
appears that it was this 19-
Olympus is falling, LARPing hard.
-year-old's mother in Ohio who really spilled the beans on this entire case.
Jack Stone says QAnon also laid the groundwork for the satanic panic psychosis of people thinking Epstein class are eating and sacrificing babies while being protected by Trump. Yeah, if you really think that like they're secret Baal worshipers that are drinking baby blood, and like I could see somebody trying to do a plot like this, save the children,
by letting people know that she had some concerns about her son, Kaylee.
Thank goodness that mom did that. And that 19-year-old is the one
Total
I mentioned
chud
who was
boogaloo
alleged
boy.
to
Oh
use
yeah,
his
look at this
graduation
guy.
money to
They didn't show a picture of him. There he is. Look at this. You're telling me this guy is 19? Average like Christ Crusader physiognomy. Dude, how is his nose so wide? It's like he's got like a big black guy nose on a white face. He's this bald at 19? Look at that brow ridge. He's got a brown ridge canyon on his nose. He looks straight out of Central Casting. What kind of name is Tyson Proper? Is that a name? Tyson? KRS-One knows. You're telling me this guy's 19 and not 40? When they're schizo, like BitChute comments, like feezing out about me, I imagine like they look the equivalent of this. We need to get this guy's socials. Was this guy calling me a Jew on the timeline? He looks like he would be doing that. Oh, are these some of the other dudes? New photos. Dude, this guy's not really white either. Well, so maybe they won't be saying it's a white supremacist attack. Are they calling them anti-Semites or Christians or what? That's what I'm looking for. Were they groypers? Are they calling them groypers or something? Roa. Brian Roa.
Two of the men arrested in a foiled terror attack at this past weekend's UFC Freedom event are from California. The FBI identify them as Michael Allen Thomas and Brian Omar Roa. We don't know exactly
Christian
where
extremists?
in California they are from. 5 people were arrested for allegedly planning to use drones with explosives to hit buildings near the event, forcing people to run towards a pre-staged sniper team. 2 of the men arrested in a foiled terror attack at this past
Crazy.
Hitting explosive packed drones hitting buildings.
Yeah, why
near
would
the
Christians
event,
want to do
forcing
this?
a mass evacuation and steering crowds towards a pre-staged
Is that the Christian thing to do? Is like bomb a bunch of just like UFC fans?
sniper team. A second wave was then planned to storm the White House gate. The FBI
Anti-government
first learned
extremists
of the threat
radicalized by
Wednesday.
online conspiracy theories, yeah?
They work with law enforcement across multiple states to stop it. Joining us now on the phone, former FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino. Dan, thank you for getting on the air with us. What else can you tell us? This is quite a frightening and sobering discovery.
Well, notice the class warfare language amongst the plotters there that appears in this early stage.
An explosive pack.
Bongino's talking. Mother called. JD Vance getting pressed on his wife being an Indian? Really not believing in Jesus? It's like, they're like, bro, you need to answer. They're not going to elect a Hindu first lady, dude. She's got to worship Jesus, bro.
It became controversial when you said that you hope that your wife, who is Hindu, that she would convert to the same faith. I don't think that's controversial at all.
Yeah, it's just an observation.
Yeah.
When you believe something, and I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and that it really influences everything else about me, then of course you want the people that you love to share that perspective as well. It doesn't mean I don't respect my wife. I mean, she's a brilliant person. As I write about in the book, a lot of my own
She probably
journey
doesn't
back to
respect you.
faith, she supported, even though she didn't necessarily see things the same way that I do.
No, she thinks
really
you're Christ
inspired my
brain.
own journey back to faith. And
She's
so
like,
I
I'm
think
not
it's just a
worshiping some
totally normal
dude.
thing for a husband to want
I'm
his
Indian.
wife to agree with him on some of these issues. But, you know, the best conversations I've had about faith, about religion, about theology have been with Usha.
Her
because
conversion is
she
coming
does come
soon.
at these
Yeah.
things from a different perspective.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot from
it'll-
her. I
it'll
think she's
come
learned
like-
a lot from me. And that's
The conversion will come like right when during the primaries, the Republican primaries. There'll be some big public conversion. It'll be part of the big revival. Oh, she converts as the first lady and then pushes even more Jesus revival stuff.
one of the great things about being married to a person like her. Invested.
Now he talks about Trump being a Christian.
Him, who have been critical parts of him getting to the presidency now 2 times, arguably 3 times, they were Christians. And it's funny because if you go back to 2016, when you're right, I was criticizing him. One of the things that was very profound was this connection between religious conservatives and Donald J. Trump. And everybody said, well, they didn't get it. They didn't understand how this, brash New York billionaire could have such connection to Christian conservatives in the heartland. And I actually think if you know the Christian conservatives and you know the president, it's not all that bizarre at all. What is interesting about President Trump is he doesn't wear it on his sleeve.
Okay. Look, did we see this one? We got more Vance, but did we see this one? Trump says the current Iranian leadership are very rational people, nice to deal with, strong, smart, not radicalized, looking to help their country. Sounds like they're ready to play ball. We did regime change. We killed the old regime. They got a new regime. We killed them too. And now we don't even know who to talk to make a deal now. But apparently they found somebody to put in charge, some client king.
We're dealing with people that I think are very rational people. I mean, they were nice to deal with. They were strong people, smart people. I think actually they're smarter than the first and second group. But they're not radicalized, and they're, looking to help their country. We're dealing with people that I think are...
Talking about the
Number
Strait of
2.
Hormuz being open now. statement from Vance.
Vice President Vance here to talk a little bit about what is in the Iran deal, the great peace deal that the President of the United States made last night. Number one, what this deal means is that the Straits of Hormuz are open immediately. You're already seeing oil and gas prices come down just over the past 24 hours. Number two, it ensures that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. And we have to back up for a second and appreciate that what the president has done is completely decimated Iran's nuclear program. Now, this deal really has two pathways. On the one hand, if the Iranians make the long-term commitments never to rebuild, then they're going to be welcomed into the world economy. If, on the other hand, they try to rebuild that nuclear program, they're never going to have the resources in order to do so. So it's a win-win for the American people. We ensure Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon either way. And now it's really up to the Iranians. Over the next few months, we're going to see if they're serious about dismantling that program for the long term. If they do, the president has said, we want their country to be successful. But what we know is that our country is successful thanks to great presidential leadership and a lot of good decisions. Thank you, guys.
You're right, Doc Jake Holiday. I think her doing some fake conversion is going to be a good prediction. They're like, sir, we focus grouped it. And
Vice President Vance here.
And there's no way you're going to win unless she converts to Christianity. Vance getting pressed by The View. Somebody asked him a good question. The Catholic faith says we take in immigrants. How do you justify
know how
that?
hard it has been for people? Two things. You talk a lot about your Catholic faith, but the Catholic faith says we take in immigrants. We take in people who don't have or who are having a hard time. How do you justify both things?
So let me say first a couple things, Whoopi. So number one, the book is actually way less political than you might think if you were just watching this, because obviously we're getting into the issues of the day. Right. 95% of the book.
Finding my way. See, he already did his conversion. Finding my way back to Yeshua.
95% of the book is really not about politics. I kind of have to write about politics because I'm the vice president, but I want to answer your question. Right. So fundamentally, if you think about what is immigration enforcement, immigration is law enforcement. It's somebody who has broken a law. A law enforcement officer has to show up and enforce that law. Mm-hmm. Now, inherently, sometimes that process is not always going to be pretty if you capture a video clip of it, in the same way that if you arrest somebody for committing a violent or a nonviolent crime, sometimes it's not always pretty. What I'm saying is the Catholic faith is actually I think it strikes the right balance here. Mm-hmm. It says the Christian faith, I think this is true of Protestants and Catholics, that you can have borders. Yeah. You're allowed to enforce your borders. That means the law enforcement piece of it. But you also have to take certain precautions and certain care, okay? And again, your argument is fundamentally, Whoopi, you're saying that we don't strike the right balance. I disagree with you about how we apply that, but nobody hopefully is saying we're not allowed to have a border. No, what I'm saying is that in order for us to actually enforce the law, you can't set a standard that says you're not allowed to deport anyone unless they've committed a violent crime. You've got to enforce the law equally.
So let me do my follow-up.
You don't have to raise your hand.
Let me do my follow-up.
Yes, I do.
Because you were talking about people. What did black people do?
He handled that well. That was an easy one for him. He's been beefing with the Catholic thing with him has been a big issue.